Greetings, people of the world. Matthew back with you here in Overall Autism for another edition of the Tales of Eorzea vlog here on Final Fantasy XIV's Exodus server. And so, yeah, this vlog is coming fresh off of the launch of patch 3.3 and the main storyline therein. And I'm sure that for those of you who had the opportunity to see the live webcasts back on Tuesday, thank you very much for doing that. And I had Corinne get the opportunity to do that the following day, so she's now through that part. Of course, I still need to take Matthias through all the side stuff that needs to come after, as well as a really beautiful series of quests that comes after you clear the main story. But I'm really happy that I have that cleared now, because I know that a lot of people who I've talked to, especially here at Tales of Eorzea, who have gotten to patch 3.3 and have taken that challenge on, are relieved to have it now behind them, knowing full well that they're likely not going to want to try it again after dealing with the trial that had to take place against Nidhogg. Because, yeah, I know I was expecting that to be a lot easier, but that wasn't the case, because I can't really blame that on the... Having looked back now, having played that with both Matthias and Corinne, and having looked back at what the battle entailed, I cannot really blame it on the difficulty of the challenge, because it was set up in such a way that you're pretty much in a state of paranoia where you're constantly having to look at your feet, wondering in the first phase if you're going to be having an AoE appear underneath your feet in the form of a dragon's eye. So you have to make a break for it when you do. And when Nidhogg flies away and is about to do his fire breath, and those same AoE appear, then you could be running away from the eyes, but you could end up walking into fire, the fire breath, and that stuff all one-shot kills you. So it is unquestionably the hardest challenge we have seen so far, and definitely one we cannot blame it on. It can really be blamed on the human error, because if you don't pay attention to what's beneath you or what's going on around you, then you're likely in a big world of trouble. Especially when I noticed, because of the way that the AoE appears, and because it's not in the traditional way that AoE appears, if you're in a situation where you're in a fight with a lot of magical spells being launched, if a lot of the if a lot of your characters are magical based or attacking from range like a bard does, and there's a lot of flashy stuff going on, then you can easily lose sight if an AoE eye appears underneath your feet. There could be so much flashing going on that you don't even see it until it's too late and you end up dead. And even then, once you get past that phase, it's still pretty daunting to know that you have a lot more stuff to go through. Especially stuff that I thought was weird, that they introduced some stuff that you have to be familiar with from previous challenges, side challenges in other patches. Like for example, in Alexander Midas, the last level of the Alexander Midas levels, one thing that they did for an AoE attack was to have a person being targeted by having 4 arrows pointed at them, and that everyone has to bunch in and get together to spread the damage, so that a person doesn't get one-shotted. So yeah, that challenge at the Final Steps of Faith really forces you to remember a lot of elements from previous high-level challenges, whether it be through the Binding Curse of Bahamut, Alexander, or any level 50 side dungeon. It definitely makes you have to be aware at all times of that. It will make you remember what the mechanics were in those fights, and that it really makes you need to be aware of that, the fact that they're all coming together in this one single fight. And it's in main story too. It's not in a side challenge, it's in the main story. So it really does encourage you to be able to know these fights ahead of time, to give yourself a better advantage and a better hope of success if you're going into it for the first time. So, yeah, I know that a lot of us are definitely were worried about that final steps of faith. For those of us who have gotten through it so far, good for us for making it to that point. And in addition, for those who have yet to get to that point, all I can say is make sure you take the opportunity to go around and try everything else that's available to you before you attempt the patch 3.3 main story, because you'll need to have knowledge of pretty much everything that there is to know, because it's all going to be in that one fight. So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about for the launch of patch 3.3. So I'm really looking forward to showing off new content as well as more stuff becomes available. And we're really looking forward to possibly having a couple of new members joining us, because I did some promotions for our free company over the last couple of days, and we've certainly received some interest. So hopefully we'll be able to make up the opportunity to get the fact that we dropped 2 members recently over this past week because they were away from the free company for so long, and we only ever saw them once and we never saw them again. So we decided to let them go. But some people who were very active at one point but aren't anymore, we're letting them stay in the free company because we want to make sure that they still have a home here. And because of that, there's a lot of people here who are currently inactive right now and have been that way for a while, who are friends with other people in the free company. And so we want to make sure that their friends stick around, to know that friendship is welcome here no matter how long you are here or how long you've been away. I think that's very important, that because so much of the free company's members are built on pre-existing friendships and relationships, and so because of that, it's very important to ensure that those people know that no matter how long that they are away from our free company, they'll always be welcome back. And I think that will definitely bode well for any new members that come to us, that if they want to encourage a friend to come to join our free company, that they'll get that opportunity to do so, and they can be sure that their friends are also welcome here at Tales of Eorzea. So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about as far as the what's going on in the free company. So as it stands right now, we're inching ever closer as well to possibly getting our own airship. And there has been discussion because they introduced a whole bunch of new house plots for patch 3.3. So there has been some discussion, but it has been a while since that discussion happened, of possibly upgrading our house. Now we already have a lot of, and moving to a new plot. Now we already have a lot of stuff here, so, and a lot of people who put stuff here are not currently active right now. And so we would hate to have to tear everything down and then on a whim and move everyone over to a new plot. So we want to make sure that everyone who does have interest in the free company house that we currently are located at will be able to have a say if we ever decide to make a move. Because we have enough money right now for a medium-sized plot, so we can definitely upgrade if we want to, but we're going to hold off on that until we are certain that everyone is ready to relocate together, because it will be very difficult to relocate and leave stuff behind that people have already invested their time and effort in. So that's going to do it for this week for the patch 3.3 edition of Tales of Eorzea. Hey there, Sully. Good to see you again. Yeah, take a seat there, Sully. Take a seat, enjoy yourself, and we'll spend some time chatting with Sully for a while. So, thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you in the next edition of the Tales of Eorzea vlog here on Final Fantasy XIV's Exodus server. So, until next time everyone, this is Matthew and Novora Autism, saying take care, and I'll see you soon.